What up, world? This your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Facts Show, Super Facts Network. Today I got with us the proud proprietor of JesusCyphs.com, Max Gertler. How you doing today, sir?
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Shit, chilling, chilling. I mean, first we gonna get into the Jesus Cyphs album, but I just gotta say I love the website, particularly the how you can buy the $10,000 prop joint, cross joint, life size cross joint.
Yeah, there's not like a limit on them too. I only have one, but if somebody were to buy like 1,000 of them, I would just have to make them all. But
Is that what you took the picture on?
yeah,
So no Photoshop for you. You was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have me a real joint to
it was honestly like there was no point in making it. It was really stupid because I like had my roommate build it, um, and I wanted it to be life size, but it was like too tall to like we couldn't like put it in anything.
got
We
yeah.
had to like, kind of had to Photoshop it. I was propped up for one, but then I had to have like a different picture with my feet dangling and they like spliced them together.
So what motivated this whole project? Like, I mean, I hate to be, I don't want to stereotype or anything, but like, my first thought was like he was probably tripping on shrooms or something. It was just like Jesus Cyphs.
Nah, honestly, it was it started off as with God Cyphs because like 2 years ago I stopped smoking tobacco and I was like a chain smoker, like pack a day plus like ripping tobacco out of the bong and shit. Like it was pretty grimy. Um, and I'm like throughout like the like quitting process, I kept remember just thinking like if something like feels this good, like God definitely just smokes and like doesn't have to worry about the health repercussions, but he just like made us choose. Um, but then after that, I just wound up like there was a point where it was gonna be God Cyphs slash Jesus Cyphs, and Jesus Cyphs was gonna be like a more like a pop project, and God Cyphs was like kind of like experimental. Um, but then yeah, I also like was trying to like smoke less weed throughout the whole process, and I feel like that was kind of fucking with me. Um, so yeah, just kind of all tied together like that.
Is I've heard some people say that supposedly like if you smoke, I mean maybe not today's cigarettes that got all them wild chemicals in them, but like just tobacco rolled up like you would back in the day, and then you smoke weed, the weed like cleans your lungs somehow from coughing. It like makes you less likely. Like there's some stat that people that smoke cigarettes and there's people that smoke cigarettes and weed have like get way less lung cancer. I know that part at least ain't no wild still.
That's fucking crazy. That kind of makes me want to start smoking tobacco again. But uh,
Well, I mean, if you mix tobacco with weed, as I'm sure you know, like it definitely makes you high. I mean, it's a reason why they make sure there's nicotine in those wraps.
yeah, it also makes the weed last longer if you can just
Or
like fill it out with tobacco.
so, how different do you think people's perceptions of Jesus would be if they perceived him as somebody who smoked bud?
That's a good question. I feel like people, it just depends. I feel like if you fuck with Jesus and you fuck with smoking, then like you probably just imagine that he did smoke bud. And
Yeah, I
if
mean
you don't,
those seem to be compatible concepts, right?
yeah,
Chilling in the whorehouse, all that type shit, being friends with thieves and hookers. There was probably some spliffage somewhere.
oh for sure.
The
Jesus had to be the Last Supper. He was probably siphoning. That was a lot of food.
Man, that ties right into what I want to ask you next. What do you think was a bigger Jesus moment, the virgin birth or resurrected? Like those is both huge. But
Oh,
if you had to choose one, me
I would say,
personally, I'm partial to him whooping the moneylenders, but I know that's not the greatest. That's just my favorite.
yeah, I'd say the resurrection. Honestly, like I don't know. You can't prove that she was a virgin, but you can probably prove he was dead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you was there, you could definitely probably prove he was dead. It'd be pretty hard to prove it. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I heard that. So like one thing about the project, I don't know if this shit's intentional with you because I feel like you're just one of them people that's not shackled by labels and all that type of shit, and you kind of do what the music tells you. So it's like I doubt very often you're like, I'm gonna make a song that sounds like this so I can achieve this. You know what I mean? But I'm curious, would you take it as a compliment or an insult if I told you I think that you could be a successful country singer?
I think that's fucking dope. I mean, I had one song on the album that was like kind of like a country song.
I mean, that's what made me think about it. I don't remember the names like that, but it was like towards the end. It might have been the last or next to last song.
Yeah, second to last.
Yeah,
Original.
like number 11. I just listened to it. I'm more of a numbers guy for some reason.
No, I feel you.
Hey,
But yeah,
that could be lucrative,
that,
bro. Especially like when you get old.
not for sure. Like at the least, like I'll write country songs for other people,
I
even
don't
if
know,
it's
man.
like
Like
not
I could see you. I could see the vibe. You be like 47, just pop up at like the Grand Ole Opry on some my whiskey,
yeah,
my dog type shit.
not for sure. Like when I get too old to rap, I'll probably just like dive right into that shit.
Shit, you could probably bring hip hop into it better than Nelly did.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know what I'm talking about? The Nelly
No.
country song.
Oh yeah. I
LL
do.
Cool J had like a spectacularly bad one. It was something like I got brown skin, you got white skin. Some we might win. I don't know. It was.
No.
It, oh, look that shit up, bro. Like he got like a guest verse on like a hit country song. Dude had like a remix with LL Cool J on it, and the lyrics were a little unfortunate to say the least.
Yeah.
So the that being said about the eclecticism of not just you but the delivery boys, um how would you describe your fan base? Because like again, like I ain't into labels or something, but if I had to guess like what your shows would look like, I would say it'd just be like a bunch of cool motherfuckers. But like I bet you it'd be like some cats that have like a cool watch, some other motherfuckers got cool shoes, some people might have like a cool boonie hat or something. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I don't think it'd be like any uniform look or feel.
Not for sure. I think that's something that I fuck with about my fans is like no two people are the same. I feel like we kind of pride ourselves on like doing things like originally, and the people that wind up connecting with us the most are people who are also trying to like do things that are like their own as opposed to like conforming to like some kind of shit.
Did you ever meet people that like just want you to be in one lane? Like not I shouldn't say want you to be, but they're like, man, I only like it when you rap, or I only like I wouldn't say pop, but pop just means popular. So like the song, like I said, since it's genreless, a lot of your songs where y'all don't rap or you don't rap, I just think of it as like good music. Like you know what I mean? But like
I
they
don't
might
even
just like the good
mind,
music songs.
yeah, I don't even mind the label pop, because I feel like that's like kind of what it is. But I feel like um my fault. What was the question again? I'm kind of snacked.
Now it's all good. Me too. I probably drag that shit on too much. Do you ever do any of your fans ever be like, man, I only like the pop songs or I only like the rap songs?
Oh yeah, I mean, like some of them do, but I feel like if you like everything I make is like pretty different. So there are a lot of people who only fuck with like one song. They'll be like, I fuck with this song, but like I want you to make more shit like this. But it's never like a specific lane. It's always a specific song. Like most,
Look,
because I think if you fuck with me, like you can need to like be open to like a lot of different sounds. Because I'm trying to like everything's different, you know.
you sound like you're more confident when you rap to me now.
Really,
And like
that's pretty.
everyone who gets better, and like not even saying that you were ever lacking, but everyone either gets better or they start getting maybe not whacker, but like mediocre. You know what I mean? Or just like kind of like
Yeah.
plateau. Like like at one point to me, it seems like they get more and more confident. Like even like Kendrick Lamar, like if you listen to like the what was the mixtape section 8.0 or whatever, like to me
Yeah,
it doesn't sound anywhere near as confident in his delivery as he does today. And
that's a fact. No, I
I
appreciate
kind of
that.
got that from the songs where you spit on this album.
Thank you. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the shit in the past has been like I have to do a verse for a song or like I have to do the chorus for the song, but it's like a whole different thing when you're like really trying to lock in on just like if I have to rap for like 3 minutes, like I have to approach that very differently. I feel like.
Does some of that come with being able to work at your own pace?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was so many songs that were like in consideration for this project, like probably like close to like 300 or 400. Um, so yeah, but yeah.
Outside of like cool website and album concepts, where else does your creativity express itself?
I feel like just kind of like I think we're kind of creating like some sort of like Cyph Boys universe. And I feel like that's like kind of a cool thing to me. It's just like we're trying to like do all these things um within like the same like overarching like concept. And ideally like we're gonna be able to like do like some kind of TV show or like maybe like a stoner movie, like shit like that would be fucking sick.
Hey, I could see it. That's funny. I was explaining y'all to my wife when we were watching the I was watching the Jesus Cyphs video on the episode, the old episode and all that. And I was telling her, I was like, you remember that Tiffany Haddish shit with what's dude's name? Ari Spears? Just to show that Funny or Die shit, right? And I
Yeah.
because I was like trying to explain it to her. Because like that wasn't not something we really checked out. And I was like, so when she understood what I was talking about, I was like, you remember them Funny or Die videos? Man, they little skits on Instagram be like them shits, but funnier. And like I don't just be saying that shit. Like y'all make good music, but y'all are funny as a motherfucker. And I could definitely see like a stoner comedy, like some Pineapple Express shit or whatever. How high?
Thank you. Yeah. And I feel like there hasn't been a good one in like years.
Yeah, like Grandma's Boy, Pineapple Express, like the most recent ones that come to mind for me, and that's been a hot minute now.
Yeah. Not Harold, probably the Harold and Kumar shits too. Um, yeah.
Were,
I
were
feel
any of the more recent ones good? Because like after like I think like when they went to like Cuba or some shit was when I started watching. I felt it got a little it leveled off a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely the first one's like the best one, but I feel like they're still funny. Like they're all going for the same thing and kind of achieve it. But they only have three. There's the White Castle one and then Guantanamo Bay and then like a
Didn't they
Christmas
just
one.
have one like in the last year
And
or two?
I if that happened, I'm gonna be really excited. I don't think so.
You
That'd
you
be
you would
sick.
probably know better than me.
Yeah.
You know,
It's possible.
like all right, so like I said about the eclecticism and all that shit. With people like you, I'm always curious. Like, what media are you consuming? Like, what shows do you like? Books to read if you're into reading, movies, music.
I see a shit ton of movies. I go see like pretty much everything that comes out. Um, in terms of TV shows, I really fuck with like Barry, BoJack Horseman. I just rewatched The Simpsons, which was like kind of crazy because I hadn't watched it since I was like 10.
Rewatched it like 40 years or whatever, or 40 seasons or whatever.
I watched like even like the shitty seasons.
Yeah, they say that 24 and 25. That's so funny. I just heard people talking about that on a podcast I listened to, like talking about that
Yeah,
like they all did that shit during the pandemic. It was like 24 and 25 was hard to make it through.
yeah, no, but I feel like it like kind of like it started being pretty bad and then got kind of good again. Kind of like has waves.
I mean, at some point, like it probably they were comfortable, and then Family Guy came, and they probably were like, "Oh, competition, guys, step the game up." South Park,
Yeah.
all that shit. Like there was a while where like they were alone, and then it was kind of like I guess to stay on top of the hill, you can't be mediocre for too long in a row.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That brand
But they
loyalty
could
only
probably,
goes so far.
yeah, they make so much fucking money now. They could probably have like 10 bad seasons and then it'd still be fine.
Oh hell yeah, I know there's got to be at least two billionaires associated with the Simpsons
Yeah,
because they
for
got
sure.
like that old school TV money licensing deal type shit,
Yeah.
like
And
syndication
they
money
just
and
like,
things of that nature.
yeah. I mean, they're on like the 30 something season. So they got to be insanely breaded up.
You told me you had South Park Funkos. You fuck with Simpsons or South Park more?
South Park, for sure.
Man, those pandemic shits were fucking hilarious. Like that's some of the funny. Like I fell off of South Park probably for like 10 years, and that pulled me back in. And yeah, that shit was Jesus. That shit was funny.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Me and Goldwood actually went to, they did a 25th anniversary concert in August at like Red Rocks, and we flew out and went. That shit was crazy.
Who did South Park?
Like Trey Parker, Matt Stone, the guys who like made the show, do all the voices.
Oh yeah, you got you. I know they are. So what, they was like singing the songs and shit.
Yeah.
Shit, which ones did they pick?
Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch. It's easy
Such a fat.
MK.
Uncle Fucker, shut your fucking face. Did they hit
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I think they actually opened with Uncle Fucker.
Man, as
Yeah,
they should. That
yeah.
talking about TV shows. Did you watch House of the Dragon?
Nah, I actually never even watched Game of Thrones.
Well, they be like on some incest shit, especially like the people that's in House
Yeah.
of the Dragon, and like I couldn't get that shit out of my head. Like the first time, one of the characters, spoiler alert, slept with her uncle. I was like, shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. And it was like hard as shit for me to take it serious for like the next 20 minutes. It's like,
'Cause she's
I don't know,
literally an uncle.
sometimes when an association is made, it's hard to separate it.
Yeah,
Damn, that
that's
would have been dope. I
crazy.
wish I'd known about that. Man, y'all be into some like they say wealth is experience. Y'all definitely be into some putting some experiences under your belt in life, huh?
Yeah, we try.
What's some other cool shit like that you've done? Because I see on social media y'all definitely be traveling and all that good shit.
Yeah, I'm actually going to London on Tuesday. Um, Me and Yassine's like Lost Boy's been out in Morocco for 2 or 3 weeks because he has family out there. So I'm gonna link him in London. He's gonna fly from Morocco to London. I'm gonna fly from New York to London, and then we're gonna go there and then like Amsterdam and Paris.
Damn, bro,
Maybe
Amsterdam's vicious, but if you went there before the euro, you would have been amazed at what your dollar got you.
really.
Yeah, not
It's
now it's
like
pretty. It's like gonna be like casino prices for the most part, or dispensary prices. But back in the like I said before the euro, it was ridiculous.
oh shit, yeah. Like
So
that's
you
like
you
the
you gotta go buy a bud somewhere in London though, where they say what how they be saying it wagwan wagwan. I,
Wagwan. Yeah,
I remember I didn't know what that shit meant. I interviewed a British artist that like made mad beats on the last Public Enemy album, and I was like, what's wagwan mean?
I
Because I
mean,
watched like Top Boy and I didn't even know what the fuck they were saying. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's how funny.
Yeah,
I
nah.
was in I was in Jamaica like right before the pandemic started, like a month before the pandemic started. But I was only there for like 6 hours because it was on a cruise.
Okay, I was about to say why. Got you.
I still definitely smoked a bunch in that 6 hours.
Oh, I'm sure. Was it like all? What was the process like of getting bud in Jamaica? Like you was it like people coming at you? Did you have to go find it?
There was definitely people coming at me, but like I took a taxi somewhere and then the taxi driver just gave me an eight.
Shit, that's what's
So
up.
yeah. But then they had like actual dispensaries that I went to. Like I'm not
Where's
really
the
trying to buy weed off.
where? Where's the hardest place it's ever been for you to find bud?
That's a good question. Maybe Iowa?
Man, I swear to God, like in the universe, I don't know why. I swear I was thinking like, why should it be like Iowa or Indiana or some shit? Because
Yeah.
it seems like those kind of places probably would be the hard. Because in other places you're a tourist, so people gonna come at you. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's also
Iowa.
like a felony. And
Yeah.
like I feel
I
like
was just
most
about to say they
felony
probably still be hanging people for bud in Iowa.
yeah. Most felony drugs like don't smell. You know what I mean? So it's like probably pretty easy to get away with selling most shit. But with weed, like that shit smells. So that, like you're gonna get caught pretty easily selling weed out there.
What would you say is you know about the whole Mount Rushmore concept, right?
Yeah.
What would you say would be your drug Mount Rushmore?
Oh shit. Um, Probably like weed, of course. I feel like does alcohol count?
Yeah, I mean you can say
Probably
nicotine,
like
caffeine.
yeah, that's definitely most used. Probably like Adderall and then uh Molly.
Yo, I did an episode. I just put it up with this cat Nick Ryan got a song out with T Grizzly, and he told me when he was a kid, he used to go to the doctor and they give him Adderall, but he'd have to take EKGs because they was worried that shit was gonna give him a heart attack.
What the fuck?
And that shit's like fucked me up since then. So then then the next episode, I brought this shit up. This cat Emilio Rojas, this like legendary New York like very lyrical dude, and he told me that shit was like the same, and I looked it up and this is true. That shit was basically like the same recipe as not crystal meth, but like the methamphetamine they was giving like fighter pilots in Nazi Germany and shit.
Oh no, for
Not saying
sure.
that's
It's
bad or good, but like it certainly makes it effective, I'd imagine.
oh yeah, yeah, that shit works. It's definitely not as bad for you because they like tested it in certain ways, but it can like fuck you up for sure.
I know like mad journalists, that's like the only way that they work is like I've heard, people that's more into like the serious journalistic endeavors than myself, but that I interact with sometimes say that they feel, especially like people that do like features or beat reporting, like
Mhm.
60 to 70% is their estimate. How true that is or not, I don't know, but that probably means like it's widespread,
Wait, 60 or 70%.
of
Like is
journalists are using Adderall.
oh yeah, I'd buy that. So like they gotta stay up really late. Like the news never sleeps, so I
And
understand
get
that.
they say it helps getting your thoughts together and all that for writing fast, like writing on deadline.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
See, I,
I'm
I never
prescribed.
did that shit, bro. Like I'm resentful. Like I was closed minded to drugs for a long time. Then when I got open minded to doing anything besides weed, now you got this fentanyl shit to worry about. So like, I mean, I know this is gonna sound fucked up, but like if my kids got prescribed Adderall, I'd probably take an Adderall. But I would never buy an Adderall from nobody now because I'm too scared of that
Yeah.
fentanyl shit.
Yeah, yeah, I get prescribed. I take Vyvanse technically. It's not the same thing as Adderall. It's like kind of the same, but it like is a smoother like come up and come down. But yeah, I wouldn't buy that shit off the street.
What about like Molly and shit? Like how do you know it's safe when you cop Molly?
I just like test it. I buy test kits.
Okay.
I feel like it's like yeah, it's like $15 for a test kit. So I'd rather just like no,
Hell yeah.
because I'll be way like if I'm worried about that shit, I'm gonna be like way more anxious than I should be, and then like not even enjoy it.
Is that do you deal with anxiety? I mean, everybody
Uh,
does, but problematically so.
uh, I wouldn't say problematically. I'm definitely like kind of anxious. I feel like I give it to myself though. Like when I smoke weed, I probably get anxious like more than when I don't smoke weed.
Yeah, yeah. Like sometimes if I smoke, there is too much smoking. Like I can definitely smoke myself into paranoia.
Oh
Not
yeah,
not,
for
not as
sure.
much though, because it's like not illegal. Well, it's if you got a prescription, it's not illegal. But like when it used to be illegal, and I was like, I'd gone to jail and prison for it before and shit. Then when I
Yeah,
smoked, I'd always be like annoyed that like a cop was gonna pull up, or I don't know. I'd have dreams that I was still on parole and I had a blunt in my pocket and shit. Like I don't be having that shit now that it's legal.
yeah. No, that's a good point. But I probably like I just before I dropped the album, I didn't smoke for 2 months, and I smoked like a lot every day. But I just had to do that to like get it finished and like put it out. Um,
Did you have any
but
withdrawals? Like were you irritable or anything?
I was probably only irritable for the first like couple days.
Yeah, that's how it be with me. I like and not like real irritable, just like my kids are more prone to annoy me and like it
Yeah,
might
yeah,
be a little hard to go to sleep on like the second night. Like I might only be able to sleep like 3 or 4 hours. But that's like the most withdrawal I've ever had from weed.
not for sure. And then you also get like after like a week of not smoking, you get really like vivid dreams.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know it's I eat a lot less too.
not for sure.
Like a lot less though. Like sometimes like disturbingly so. Like I realize like damn, I've been up, it'll be like 6 at night. I'll be like, damn, I haven't eaten one single thing. And not off like even trying to diet or nothing. Like I just wasn't hungry.
Yeah, that shit definitely was happening to me too. But now I'm smoking again, putting on a bit of weight.
So like you're a strand guy and all that shit. Was there like one that you held out for to smoke especially? Like like I want to smoke this one when I start again.
Mm, not because I feel like I wasn't really like trying to start smoking again. But then I was like I went to go see a movie with somebody and they had a G pen and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll hit it. And then yeah. But I feel like strain like anytime someone tells me a strain, I don't really believe the shit because I've seen a million different types of the same bud called a million different strains.
Real
And people
headband is like that. Real train wreck is like that.
that's true.
But
But
you're
like
right. Everything that says train wreck ain't no train wreck. Sometimes that shit's
yeah,
not even like a fender bender.
yeah. So it's like it's hard to like find like the shit that you think it is.
Well, you be on the West Coast, so you can get like corrupt brand of weed and all that type shit, right?
Yeah, I can get anything, but that shit still isn't consistent with itself.
Got you. So like, have you ever had like moon rocks that was all that was cracked up to be?
I've had moon rocks that are fire, and I've had moon rocks that don't really do anything.
Yeah, I keep getting like mid moon rocks,
Yeah.
but like the people that like moon rocks, the way I heard them talk about it reminds me of train wreck and shit. So I keep trying to find the moon rocks. I think these corporate dispensaries be on some bullshit with the labels.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's not like any federal like regulating, so they're just kind of doing whatever they want. That's like another thing. Like whenever someone says like like a amount of like milligrams in in edible, that doesn't really like translate to anything because it really has to do with how like strong the butter was and like how long it was in there and how strong the weed was. There's like no way to like actually like measure your high based on like a milligram.
Mm. See, they don't really be having that. Like they have like little gummies and shit. Like I've had like mixed with edibles. Like sometimes it's like they had too much in it, sometimes not enough. But very rare was it like just a all the way cool experience. It was more like I need to eat a lot of fucking Rice Krispie treats to be high the way I want to be high. Roll up.
Yeah. It's like very hard to get the right amount of high. I feel like more often than not, I'm not high enough or too high.
Yeah, that's probably like some shit you gotta be more like an artist and shit. Like like them people to be devoted to craft, like the people to be blowing glass pipes type motherfuckers and shit.
Yeah. They could probably figure that shit out if I can't.
So what's up with the Jesus Cyphs I guess not promotional run, but like are you gonna tour it? Like how are you gonna work this project? What's your plans?
So I got a couple of videos I'm shooting when I get back to LA. Um, and then like I'm trying to figure out just interesting ways to get people to like listen to the project. I was kind of considering just like actually like getting crucified on that giant weed J or cross joint and just like staying in a park for like a week. Well, I'm probably not gonna actually do that.
That would probably get
Um,
some attention.
oh no, for sure. I'm also just trying to utilize the website. So I'm gonna be like running ads and shit like across the country, just like JesusCyphs.com. I want people to go into it not knowing anything about it. Because I feel like there's some people who might just like not understand what's going on and then like really fuck with it because of how like confusing it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some people that'll find it amusing. Maybe some people that'll find it offensive, and then there'll be some that might be like converts.
Yeah. Some people might like start believing in that shit seriously
I
for
mean,
all
why
I
not?
know.
You
Yeah.
could press up a vinyl and try to get attached to record store day.
Yeah. That'd be fucking sick.
Because I mean, a lot of times it seems like what stands out more than anything off like the like non-legacy artists, like when they have like the Rolling Stone album reissues, is the cover art, and that's certainly an eye-catching cover.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta figure out some shit to do with it. But
Oh, you gotta get out there though, brother. I feel like that's one that people need to hear because it's challenging. It's just not the same shit, and like some of it's tongue in cheek and some of it's amusing, but then you say deep shit on there too, and then
yeah,
like just like trying to figure out the labels. The shit's just good music, and people like good music, and everybody always complains that there ain't good music here, good music there. I'm like, it's just not good music on the shit that's fed down your throats. But if you go look for what you like, it's all kinds of good music out there.
yeah, exactly. Maybe I could like run. I feel like I'm gonna like the way it's gonna succeed the most is if I can like get a lot of people pissed off. So I might just like try to get it in front of as many like Christians as possible.
Should have them get mounted on the cross and have people carry you up in the Scientology Celebrity Center.
They might kill me for that. I've killed people for less, but I would do it.
It's something like that. You ever fucked with the sign? I mean, not like joined it or nothing, but like I saw the shit in Clearwater in Florida when we were out there to go to the beach or something, and I was like, oh, I
Yeah,
gotta walk up in this shit. And yeah, they do walk up on you fast, but I did the little like where they let you walk through, and see shit.
Oh no, for sure. I
Because I was
haven't
like,
come
why
inside.
not?
I took one of the tests once because they were like for free tests. And I was like, all right. That was when that was like in New York though. That wasn't in LA. But I was like 10, 12.
What kind of questions were they asking?
I feel like they were asking like very general questions like, do you ever get sad? Like
This
just like things that like everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, like I do agree with this.
dog. I remember they used to have like commercials for that Dianetics book. Like I'm old as fuck. This is like 1988 probably. I'm like 10. But like infomercial kind of things, like the kinds that had like the 900 number at the end for you to order the shit. And the book made it sound like it was like some better way to think. And it ain't saying nothing about no religion and definitely not about no aliens or no alien brains or whatever, thetans and all that type shit.
Yeah, their religion does not make any sense to me. But that's interesting because I feel like I wonder like how much they let me get away with advertising, just like saying things are like part of a religion, just like making shit up.
I mean, if you genuinely believe it, who's to say that it's not a legitimate religion in and of itself?
Exactly.
I mean, plus, I mean, all the supposedly when you know about like the Vatican Council took books out of the Bible and decided what books were going to be in and all that type shit.
Shit, no, I didn't know that.
I
That's
was like,
crazy.
a lot of what they removed was the books on Jesus. That's why there's such a gap in his in his life in the Bible. But that's not even like conspiracy theory shit. That's like on the record shit.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what was going on there. That's probably where he was siphoning.
Yeah, well, some people say, and who knows what they know, because like when you do get the conspiracy theorists, it's hard to distinguish from the people who are like well researched and thought out, like homeboy who wrote the CIA book, as opposed to like motherfuckers that just be on some loony shit. But that almost all of them say it has something to do with like him living in a horse house and being a carpenter and all that shit, but kind of just being like a man of the people, like in like I guess like the working class area would be the best way to put it. They live life mad different and shit, like away from the nobles and the motherfuckers that own like rug businesses or some shit. Like I don't know how to explain but the rich motherfuckers.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. Yeah, I feel like the church probably didn't want that, but they should. I don't know. I feel like if Jesus was more of a man of the people, like people would fuck with him more. I feel like
I,
not that many young people fuck with religion at all.
I don't think people know the Jesus story. They just know the born a virgin and died of the cross, but like Jesus was ill. Like I said, that whipping on the moneylender shit is some wild shit. That motherfucker had a whip with thorns on it and was like, man, you can't be charging interest and whip them bammers out the temple.
That's
And,
crazy. That's
and
fire.
yeah, I mean, I love that shit. Like, regardless of like my religious beliefs or anything, like Jesus is one of my favorite figures, and it don't got nothing to do with a virgin birth or Christmas.
Not for sure. Jesus is dope.
Yeah, and Jesus Cyphs.
Yeah, he's dope and he's Cyphs.
But before we get to the socials and all that, what's next with the delivery boys?
Me and Jamie have been working on a bunch more stuff. I know Greg has this like a solo album he's trying to put out soon. And Yassine has like an EP that he's trying to drop within the next like 4 or 5 months.
So eventually, y'all gonna be able to get booked like Wu-Tang. Y'all can have like the one group, and then y'all can open for yourselves,
Yeah, exactly.
get more money. Shit, I mean, I've been to an Odd Future concert back in the like 2016. Like when they were still all together. And
Yeah.
like they was each other's opening act, and I knew who promoted it, and like they still paid as they would, So like,
Yeah,
someone made like 4 times off that one show.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's a good loop. I'm gonna have to fuck around and start doing that.
Oh yeah, y'all could definitely do it. Y'all could definitely do that shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, brother, I appreciate your time and congratulations on just making some more dope shit for the world. And before we get out of here, what's your socials and the best place to get in contact with you and all that good stuff?
I'm at everything at just at Max Gertler, MaxGertler, and JesusCyphs.com.
JesusCyphs.com. Well, thank you so much for your time, brother.
Sure, bro.
All right, you have a good night, man.
You
Peace.
too, dude. Peace out.
Welcome to the Super Facts Show on the Super Facts Network. I just appreciate you listening. So I'm not gonna ask you to follow me on Instagram at Mark Waldo Ward. I'm not gonna ask you to rate and review the show. I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe to it. Thank you for your time.